White as a vinyl sleeve, followed her down Main Street, wouldn't ever leave. School bell ringing, teacher say scram, but that woolly little rebel had a mind like a ram. Stomp in the hallway, chalk dust fly, principal sweating in a skinny black tie. Mary just grins with a tambourine slam, whole class clapping for the little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, bop, bop, bam. Garage door rattling like a backbeat jam. Shake it, don't fake it, let the whole world know. Even nursery rhymes can steal the show. Cafeteria queen with a transistor radio, lamb on the table tapping out a go-go. Mashed potato madness, twist and shout. Lunch lady screaming, get that animal out. But the kids all chanting in a circle slam. Free that wool, let it groove, little lamb. Mary on the mic with a playground rap, spitting jump rope rhythm with a finger snap. Mary had a little lamb, bop, bop, bam. Feedback squealing from the schoolhouse amp. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, turn that favor into a back alley beat. They said, Mary, that lamb don't belong in class. She said, man, that's square. Let it shake that grass. If you got a dream with a woolly white coat, you don't lock it up. You let it rock the boat. They said, Mary, that lamb don't belong in class. He said, man, that's square. Let it shake that grass. If you got a dream with a woolly white coat, you don't lock it up. You let it rock the boat. Five bell rings and the doors burst wide. Mary and the lamb take a joyride down to the barrage where the cool kids cram. Blood led sheep into a tremolo wham. Now the whole town bouncing like a trampoline. Little lamb famous on the rockin' scene. Fairy tale flip with a rebel's grin. That's how the wool got under your skin. Final berry, Mary had a little lamb. Bow, bam, had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Bow, bow. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Mary, final Mary. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Bah, bah, bam. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, king of the corner, 10 feet tall, patent leather shoes and pretty grin. Betting all his shells he was born to win. But the bricks were shaky and the night was jumpy. Everybody whispering, careful there, Humpty. Humpty Dumpty, don't you slip. We're all too high for a heavyweight trip. Crack that crown, hear the cymbals thump. Whole wide world's gonna feel that bump. Militant backbeat, all the king's forces stomping line, all the king's men looking so fine. Humpty just laughing, spinning his cane. Nothing can touch me, I run this lane. With the motor moans and the brakes go lumpy, gravity's calling out, yo, Humpty. Humpty Dumpty, don't you slip. Balance that ego on your hip. When you fall, hear the snare drum jump, fairy tale thunder and a sidewalk slump. A slick spot, can't you tell? You sit too high with your chin in the sky. Sooner or later, you're bound to fly. He said, I'm unbreakable. Humpty Dumpty. Ha! Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. Hey. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Ever went bang off the castle wall. Shell and pieces on cobblestone. Keys hold cold on a megaphone. Horses whiny, soldiers shout. Puzzle the puzzle out. Blue and bandage, hustle and jump, but you can't unscramble a rhythm. What's it? Humpty Dumpty. Wow, too steep. Rock and rhyme ain't grand for keeps. All the king's horses, all the king's men. Cut and put that groove back again. Dickory dock, mouse ran up the clock. Midnight moon on a neon block. Street light flicker and the jukebox rock. Tail like a wire, eyes like a spark, sneaking through the gears in the after dark. Janitor yawns, but the mouse won't stop, climbing that tower to the tick-tock bop. Tick-tock, shock the block. Climb that beat to the rooftop rock. When the clock strikes loud, don't freeze, don't mock. Ride that rhythm, hickory dickory dock. Hickory dickory dock, yeah. Second hand swinging like a switchblade dance. Minute hand twitching in the time trains. Crowd down below in a go-go stomp, whistling wild to the pendulum thump. Mouse on the face at 1:45, shouting time ain't money, time is fun. Bill about ready with the boombox knock. Whole town waiting on the big tick-tock. Tick-tock, shock the block, heartbeat pound like a sidewalk knock. When the bell goes bang and the rafters rock, spin that fable, hickory dickory dock. You can't cage a groove in a golden clock case. Can't trap a rebel in a numbered space. Time keeps ticking, but we won't stall. We're climbing that tree up the brick wall. Hey, hey. Clock struck 12 with a thunder boom. Mouth dove down through a cloud of doom. Tail like lightning, feet like flame. Laughing at the rules of the timing game. Back on the sidewalk, crowding all time. Got twisted by a tiny paw. From nursery rhyme to a garage stock shop. That mouse still rules the tick-tock clock. Tick-tock, shop the block. No more chains on the old town clock. 66 right around the bar we fly. Along at the beat. Hey, hickory, dickory, dock. Oh, hickory, dickory, dock. Tick-tock, shop the block. Woo. Tick-tock, shop the block. 1, 2, 3. Jack and Jill went up the hill. 2 beat kids with a backbeat thrill. Paper cut dream in a pocket full of plans. Graffiti hearts on their working class hands. Sun going down in the tangerine blaze. Talking revolution in a summer haze. Jill said, Jack, we gotta make our stand. Water ain't free in this dried up land. Jack and Jill, don't stand still. Climb that dream past the daffodil. Slip aside, take your spill. Get back up on the hilltop hill. Made her downtown in a velvet chair. Selling that well to a millionaire. Jack got loud with a rhythm and a rhyme. Jill kept time on a busted tin can. Crowd down below with a stomp and a shout. Turn that water back around. But the gravel was loose and the deal was slick. Power don't bend, it plays you quick. Jack and Jill, feel that chill. Brick by brick, we're climbing still. If you tumble down, don't lose your will. We're louder than the king on the hill. Jack took a fall, crown hit stone. Jill tumbled after, skin and bone. But bruises fade and stories build. You can't keep rebels overspilled. Jack got a bandage, Jill got a grin. Back up the hill with a racket and then bucket held high like a freedom bell. Water splashed down like a rebel yell. Mayor's window shook with the sound. Whole town dancing on higher ground. Fairy tale flipped in a garage land thrill. Nobody owns that hill. Jack and Jill, climb that hill, climb that hill. 2 wild hearts with an iron will. Fall down 7, rise up still. Rock and rhyme on a hilltop hill. Oh! Rock and rhyme on the hilltop hill. a tin-pan den. Cow in the pasture heard that groove. Hooves start stomping, she had to move. Barn door banging like a snare drum riddle. Whole farm jumping to the cat's wife fiddle. Hey, diddle, diddle, shake that string. Moonlight howling while the barn owls sing. When the bass line walks in the rafters wiggle, turn that nursery rhyme into a garage giggle. Little dog laughed with a hipster bark, snapping his fingers in the after dark. Dish ran off with the silver spoon. Two chrome lovers under harvest moon. Spoon said, baby, let's roll that beat. Dish said, spin me down Main Street. Kitchen can't hold what the rhythm diddle. They're eloping on the groove that the cat did fiddle. Hey, diddle, diddle, swing that tune. Cow jump high to the pale white moon. Laughing dog with a backbeat giggle. Fairy tale ride in the hayloft wiggle. Like a spotlight glow when the cornfield hums with a midnight show. You don't ask why, you don't play a letter, you let it fly with back diddle diddle. And a milkshake leap, moon tipped its hat from the sky so deep. Cat still scratching that rebel song, pulling the whole barnyard along. Dog still laughing, dish still gone, spoon still flashing the break of dawn. On storybook shelf to a barnyard sizzle. Long live the groove of the diddle diddle. Hey, diddle diddle, stop that floor. Moonbeam bounds through the old barn door. Swing with a hasty wiggle. Crank it up loud. Hey, diddle diddle. In the wind, feeling that heat. First one built with a handful of straw, said cheap and easy, that's the law. Second one nailed up sticks real quick, talking big game but the walls too slick. Third one quiet with a hammer and brick, stacking up slow with the mortar mix. Ha, huff, huff, blow that stuff. You can't knock down what's built tough. From a fairy tale page to a garage band blitz, we're living loud in a house of bricks. In a pinstripe coat, chrome-plated grin and a gravelly throat. Rose up smooth in a midnight prowl, breath like thunder, low-down growl. Straw house flew in a cyclone spin, stick house shook like a trash can lid. Wolf just laughed with a razor bluff. Who's next up for the big bad huff? Huff, puff, blow that stuff. Sheep foundations ain't enough when the wind gets wild and the talk gets slick. Better stand tall in a house house of bricks. You can build it fast, you can build it cheap, but storms don't care what promises you keep. When the pressure hits and the walls get tight, only solid rhythm wins that fight. Hit the bricks with a hurricane shout, with the third little pig just rode it out. Mourner held in the chimney smoke. Wolf got dizzy and nearly choked. Tried to sneak down the flue real slick, met a pot of boiling rhythm real quick, yelped and ran with a tail on fire, beat by grit in a brick built twice. Blow that stuff. When no fold, when the road gets rough, from starter sticks to a rebel fix. Long live the groove of the house of bricks. Itsy Bitsy spider in a drain pipe dive. City slick rain, but she's feeling alive. Sky turned gray with a thunderclap crack. Water came rushing like a backbeat attack. Down she tumbled in a gutter slide spin. Neon reflections on her 8-leg grin. Sidewalk crowd said, "Kid, just stop!" But she wiped that rain and climbed back up. Climb, climb, don't you quit. Slip once down, but you don't stay split. When the storm rolls in and the beat goes wilder, get back up! Itsy Bitsy spider. Sun came out with a gold top shine. Steam rose up from the city line. Spider shook off the alleyway blues. Tapped 8 feet in rhythm shoes. Up that spout like a ladder of fate. Higher than doubt, higher than hate. Every drop that tried to knock her smaller only made her climb that drain pipe taller. Climb, climb, don't you stall. Rain can't keep you down at all. Hear that groove get tighter and tighter. Rise again. Itsy Bitsy spider. They'll say you're tiny, they'll say you're weak. Laugh when you tumble in the pouring creek. But thunder fades and the clouds grow lighter. Heart stays strong and a little bit fighter. Came back with a second round slam. Wind howled loud like a chorus band jam. Spider held tight with a silken line. Turned that rain into a climbing sign. Thread by thread she spun her claim. Tiny but mighty in the weather game. From nursery page to a rooftop rider. Queen of the climb, that Itsy Bitsy spider. Oh, climb, climb, don't you hide. To ride that storm on the rising tide. 66 shout, get louder and louder. All hail the Itsy Bitsy spider. Oh, the Itsy Bitsy spider. Yeah. in pain. Acorn hit with a sidewalk pop, she screamed, that's it, the sky gonna drop. Ran past the barn with a jitterbug shake, flapping that warning like a 45 brake. Duck said chill, but she wouldn't slow. Clouds coming down, don't you know? Sky is falling, run, run, run. Beat like thunder from a loaded drum. If the world shakes loose from the treetop limb, turn it up loud, don't dim, let him. Hey. Turkey joined with a gobbling gasp. Goose fell in with a wing flap rasp. Old barnyard buzzing like a transistor wire. Rumor got hotter than a haystack fire. Fox on the corner with a velvet smile said, follow me, I'll walk you a mile. I know the king with a golden dome, he'll fix that sky and take you home. Sky is falling, shout it wide, echo bouncing on the countryside. When fear gets loud and the facts get little, watch that groove, Chicken Little. Panics catch you like a 3-chord hook, one loud squawk and the whole place shook. But ask who heard it, ask who saw. Was it the sky or just one straw? Down to a shadow dance, smirk on his snout saying trust me friends. But chicken paws with a sideways glance, heard no rumble, saw no dance. Just one acorn small and round, no shattered sky, no crashing sound. She fluffed her feathers, turned that crew. Maybe we ought to check what's true. Fight forward, stand up tall, don't let fear run the barnyard home. From whisper to ride in a fiddle, think it through, Chicken Little.